Hello and welcome to Carandbike. We are at a go-kart track riding a new motorcycle, but it is an electric, and this is the fifth model from Revolt Motors. It's called a Revolt RV Blaze X. It sits right between Revolt's current portfolio, which consists of the RV1, the base model RV1 Plus, and now it comes this one, it's called the Blazex, RV Blaze X. Above it is the RV400 Breezer or RV400 BRZ as it's called, BRZ. And the top spec is the RV400. Now, the Blaze X is available in two colors as you can see. That's the Eclipse Red Black and this one is the Sterling Silver Black. We'll tell you all about it, what's new, range, performance, we're riding it. But before that, please do like the Carandbike channel. If you haven't yet, hit that bell icon so that you get notified every time we ride a new bike, petrol or electric or otherwise, or drive a new car, and tell you how it is and should you even consider buying it. For now, let's take a closer look at the new Revolt RV Blaze X. The Revolt RV Blaze X has a typical commuter motorcycle stance and silhouette. There's a round LED headlight with a DRL, LED indicators and LED tail light. The mid-drive motor powers the wheel through a chain final drive with an O-ring type chain said to offer better reliability and performance. The rest of the body panels look similar to Revolt's existing motorcycles, sharing many components and perhaps using existing suppliers. So now let's take a closer look at the Revolt RV Blaze X. As you can see, that's how it looks. It looks quite similar to the RV1 and RV1 Plus, and it gets full LED lighting. That's the headlight with a DRL, LED indicators, LED tail light, and it gets a 6-inch LCD screen where you get readouts like the battery percentage, you get the range, you get how many kilometers odometer, and it has got 3 modes, 1, 2, 3. One is for city use, eco use, which is limits your speed to 40 kilometers per hour. 2 is city, which is limits your speed to top speed to 60 kilometers per hour. And 3 is the sports mode where you get full 85 kilometers per hour top speed. Now at this track, it's a small go-kart track. We haven't been able to test the top speed, but I saw a top speed, speedo indicator top speed of about 71, 72 kilometers on the straight. It's a small straight. So that's what I saw. And after riding in sports mode for a long time, battery percentage depleted, but then when the battery charge depletes, you also see a noticeable difference in the performance. Your top speed also, the acceleration and top speed also drops with the drop in battery charge. Talking about the battery, it's stored here. You can choose to charge it from here with 2 charger options. There's a fast charger where you can charge 0 to 80% in about 1 hour 20 minutes, and with the normal charger you can charge it in about 3 hours 30 minutes. And you can choose to charge the battery from the bike itself, or you can take it out from here. How to do that is, first you have to switch off this MCB, take off the battery connector, and you just can't take out the battery like that. There's another key slot here which you'll have to unlock first, and then you can take out the battery. This you can take it home to charge it overnight if you want to, but it's not a very light battery, about 19 kgs weight. So yeah, it's a heavy battery. And on the bike itself, you can carry your onboard charger, which you can store here. That's your onboard charger. This you can store under the seat. If you wish to, carry your charger along with you while you're riding the bike, or you can keep it at home or at office or the workplace, wherever you want to intend to charge it. Now the charger fits in here, but it's not a very simple fit as such. Yeah, that's how it goes. And on this you can also use this compartment to keep small knickknacks, like you can keep your phone or you can keep a wallet if you wish to, and it locks. So that's the storage space on the RV Blaze X. Now in terms of equipment, it gets a standard carrier, small carrier, 17-inch wheels. It's got wide wheels. That's a 110 section rear and a 90 section front tire. And these tires are JK, which comes with JK tires. And disc brakes at both ends. No ABS, you get combined braking system, 240mm discs front and rear, and 30mm telescopic front fork. 2-inch shocks at the rear, which are 4-step adjustable according to the weight or according to the payload that you will carry. Talking about payload, this bike has got a payload capacity of 250 kgs. So even if there's 85, 95 kg weight, two people can sit comfortably, and there's more weight if you want to carry bags and the like. So those are the features of the Revolt RV Blaze X. Let us know what you think about the design. Let us know what you think about what it comes with. Now this bike comes with standard accessories, not standard, are fitted with accessories like this small visor here, the crash guard, and it doesn't get a center stand, but all those three combined you'll have to pay around 5,000 rupees extra over the 1,15,000 ex-showroom price that you'll pay for the motorcycle. So as you can see, the ground clearance is about 180 mm, seat height is 790 mm. So for me it's quite comfortable for anyone actually to put both feet flat and firmly on the ground. So curb weight is 113 kg, so not very heavy also. It's quite a light bike. And in case you want to park it or you want to move it around in a tight parking spot, there's one more mode which I forgot to talk about earlier, which is the reverse mode. So 1, 2, 3, there's an R mode also. So to activate the R mode, you have to keep the mode changer switch on the R. You have to keep it pressed and then open the throttle, which will move the bike backwards. Easy to use, but there's one small problem, because in case you don't keep the switch pressed on R and you forget about it, it will be in sports mode, and you open the throttle, it will move forward. So that's something to keep in mind. I would have preferred a R mode where the switch is engaged instead of you have to constantly keep pressing the thumb, because in case you forget about it and you're trying to reverse, you'll have to keep it pressed, but if you don't forget to keep your thumb pressed on the R mode, it will go front. So that's a small thing, but I would have preferred a switch engagement where the R is on it engages on R instead of you having to press it constantly to engage R mode. So time to tell you about the performance and ride quality of the new RV Blaze X. As you can see, we're riding in a small go-kart track, so these are not real-world conditions in the sense that there are no potholes to speak of. So I can't really give you a real-world opinion of how it tackles potholes or broken roads as such, but dynamically it's sorted. It is not something which will scare you even if you're taking corners fast. Stability is quite nice. So no complaints there whatsoever. In terms of performance, claimed top speed is 85 kilometers per hour, and this is a compact go-kart track. So I saw a speedo indicator top speed about 73 kilometers per hour. But as the battery charge dropped, so did the acceleration and the top speed, which the performance of the motor also dropped comparatively. Not drastically, but that's something that you should keep in mind. Although in this segment of motorcycles, it is not meant for performance. So primarily people will be using it for commuting. So 60-70 kilometers per hour top speed is, I think, more than adequate for this kind of a motorcycle. Dynamically, in terms of handling and stability, no complaints there. It is a track, it is a go-kart track. Tried to push it. So stability, I didn't face any issues, but there's one small thing that I would like to point out to. When you brake, particularly around corners, when you brake, the system is designed in such a way that it cuts off power to the motor. So when you're cornering, taking a corner at high speed, you're braking into the corner and then you don't get power immediately. So that's something which is slightly disconcerting and which you'll feel out in the real world also. It is the way this bike is designed, or any other Revolt bike is designed. If you brake, power is cut off for about a second, couple of seconds. So immediately, when you get on the throttle, you won't get the performance immediately. In sharp corners like this, it is something to keep in mind because it is something which is not natural, and that is something to keep in mind. Overall, for this segment of motorcycles, electric motorcycle, commuter segment motorcycles, performance is adequate, but do keep in mind that the 150 kilometer range, we haven't been able to test it also. It's a first ride, so very brief ride in a controlled environment, and if you ride it in sports mode all the time, your battery levels will go down, because I saw range dropping to about 37% on the battery after riding for about 12-14 odd laps, which is roughly about 30-35 kilometers, and battery level went down by 50%. That was in sports mode all the time. So if you ride it in eco or in city mode, you'll probably get more range, but if you constantly ride in sports mode, you won't probably get the true range that is claimed. So you'll get a more realistic range, which we don't have a number to tell you about. But 150's claim, you should expect to get beyond 100 if you use primarily eco and city mode on this motorcycle. So that is the ride performance. Ride quality, again, no potholes here to speak of, but handling and stability, nothing to be worried about. It is stable, it's reasonably stable for this kind of motorcycle. It is not a sport bike, it is a commuter bike. It's not meant to be ridden hard, so I didn't face any alarming, out of balance moments, so to speak, with this motorcycle here at the track. So overall, quite positive on the ride and handling as well as performance, all those three parameters. So primarily, Revolt Motors tells us that this bike, the RV Blaze X, has been designed and introduced keeping in mind a lot of customer feedback. So what exactly is that customer feedback? We don't know yet, but primarily, to my mind, if the RV1 and RV1 Plus lacked in one department, which is performance, this one addresses that, but yet it's more affordable than the RV400 Breeze and the RV400. So there you have it, a slightly more affordable Revolt motorcycle, but with more performance in the base RV1 or the RV1 Plus. That's the Revolt Blaze X for you. If you're looking for an electric motorcycle, a commuter electric motorcycle in that segment, you should take a test ride. Perhaps this will meet all your requirements.